like me. Yo, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? How's it going, everyone? Streaming on a slightly different day today than usual. I apologize for the switch up, but my bandwidth has been getting stretched a little thin with a few projects recently, including the twofold vinyl. But it's good to be here. Thanks for coming to hang out for a little bit. What's up, Cheska? Cindy? What's up, Lydic? What's up, already? And yeah, today I'm just planning on doing a full listen through of the twofold albums back to back to, I don't know, I guess just raise awareness for the twofold anniversary vinyl. For those of you that don't know, I've been kind of celebrating the 10-year anniversary for the completion of Twofold. So even though the first part came out in 2014, the second part came out in 2016, and it's 2026 now. So my parents gave me money as a birthday present, which will be on 28th of April, and I also bought a vinyl. Wow. Thank you. And I packaged the first batch of them, and I should briefly mention that if you did sign up your email in that little sign up form on the website, the reason that I haven't sent emails yet is because I'm legitimately a bit nervous about getting more orders than I had anticipated and spending a lot. I just haven't done something like this before. I've shipped I don't know, I think maybe 10 years, maybe 11 or 13 years ago or so, maybe I shipped a few small items, but I haven't done a merch launch on my own of this scale before. So I was just holding off on the emails, the email blast, until I've gotten the hang of how to kind of package everything properly, how to print the labels properly, and sign everything the way that I want. I've just been writing little personal notes on the outside of the package, but I've had some requests to sign the actual vinyl as well, which I've done. But anyways, Mr. Hatsune Mart, if you had a JoJo stand, would it be named chromatically? That would be sick. I actually love. It's a very quirky show, and it's meant to be like that. It's got its pros and cons, but overall, it's really unique, and I love that about it. I love the the whole system of stands is extremely fun because of how much creativity there can be involved, but it honestly can be like a little bit of a downfall at times too, because it gets so wacky that it just becomes hard to entertain the plot because it's just so ridiculous. Anyways, so Cindy, if you're asking about an autograph on the actual jacket, so the reason why I'm not going to just outright sign the vinyl unless somebody asks me personally in the order to tear off the wrapping. You see, it comes with a protective wrapping that protects it from dust and other things, and that's really helpful when it's in transit in case well, first of all, it's there to protect the jacket and the records, but also there's a little sticker on it, which is kind of nice. But yeah, so there's no signatures on the actual vinyl itself because I don't want to remove that protective layer. But if you want to, I can do that. I can't tear off the protective wrapping, and I can sign it. But just beware that, I don't know exactly how much of a difference it'll make in terms of the jacket. A lot of the international ones, especially, I'd imagine. I just don't know what that process is like, and yeah, these usually exist for a reason because all it takes is for some of the tape to get punctured and some dust or other material to come in. But I did sign, just so you guys know, I did write just little notes on the outside of each package, because I think it's just a fun thing to do, because I'm I don't know, I'm doing it myself, so why not? I can take I can take the extra minute per package to just write something small on the outside. So, can you try a JoJo pose? No, that ain't happening, dude. I have to do some like hand on the hip, twisting my head in some crazy way. Um, but no, actually, the color schemes are one of the things that I love the most about JoJo. Um, like in the newest, what is it? The Steel Ball Run season, which feels like it is a different alternate universe. I guess it's still part of JoJo, but yeah, I watched that first episode that's on Netflix. What's your favorite JoJo part? I like I've been rewatching Golden Wind. I really like that one. There's something about the setting and the character design, the character abilities too. It kind of felt to me like there's also a lot of interesting character development that I just found more interesting than the other seasons. And some of the music too, actually, in Golden Wind was really great, I thought. This year we will get episodes in 9 waves. Wait. What? What do you mean? It's going to take 2 years for them to release the entire Steel Ball Run series? That's pretty wild. Have you played JGBA Star Battle? I have not. What? That's so crazy. Wait, so the first wave was a single episode? I mean, look, I understand why shows today would want to potentially do a longer rollout, because like you don't necessarily want to cater towards short attention spans, drop everything, and then it might make it more likely that people are just kind of passively consuming a show versus like actively like looking forward to watching it over a longer period of time, versus like maybe they'll just binge it, not really pay attention. But anyways, okay, enough about JoJo. I do want to get into listening to Twofold. So I just threw both albums back to back on Spotify, and let's get into it. Unless you guys had any final questions, I'm just gonna start playing. How long is this total? 1 hour and 2 minutes. Okay. Can you do Giorno's theme? Honestly, I don't remember right off the bat what it sounds like. All I remember is that I love a lot of the music from that season. There's some portion of that season has one of my favorite JoJo intro theme songs. But anyways, all right, let's get into it. So this is Twofold Part 1.
Can you stream your gramophone with vinyl? That would be awesome.
Follower.
You Attention citizens. Please commence routine 1399. Proceed instantly to the center. Thank you.
Separate them together. Each perspective in view. I am me, I am you. Justice, spirit, and fire. Separate them together. Each perspective in view. I am me, I am you. I am you. I am me, I am you. I am me, I am you.
Attention citizens. Please commence routine 1399. Proceed instantly to the center. Thank you.
I am me, I am you.
Every concept, every notion has a counterpart. Yet, every idea's opposite is just the absence of the idea itself. Absence is the absence of presence. Presence is the absence of absence. Any perceived difference is in fact also a deep connection. In this way, opposing forces are unified. The world becomes a collaborative web of interdependent pieces.
I care? Do you know what I know? Do we know what we share? You don't you? you dig, a tangent is left in your wake. Everywhere you see, blinded yet infinitely. Spectrum of a time, breaks from its shape of a line. Each instance proves to me a moment reaching endlessly.
Ten years. It's so crazy.
Every step you take, a tangent is left in your wake. Everywhere you see, blinded yet infinitely. Spectrum of a time, breaks from its shape of a line. Each instance proves to be a moment reaching endlessly.
All right. That was it. That was the full 2 albums. Thank you so much for hanging out and listening to me through that. It's a really cool experience. I actually really appreciated doing it with you guys. It's fun to hear some of your guys' thoughts and memories and comments as we're going through some of these tracks, people remembering having certain songs as ringtones or alarms, or I don't know. It's just cool to hear. I think that's one of the things that surprised me most about this album series was just I mean, it's one thing to see, let's say, statistics on platforms, SoundCloud, Spotify, whatever, seeing, thousands of plays or likes or whatever. But it's so much more meaningful when you hear people sharing their personal experiences with if you've created art and like people enjoy it, and it's just a totally different experience when people are telling you how it affected them or how it became a part of their life, and it's really inspiring. But anyways, yeah, it's a cool experience. I think like at the end of the day, I am still pretty proud of this project, especially considering where I was at the time. Part 1 was released when I was still in college, and I had no idea what I was getting myself into. I was just kind of going after the things that I loved in music at the time, kind of combining a lot of my love for jazz piano, and I was and classical as well. I had a private teacher, and I was in a jazz band and a jazz trio at the time. But in my free time, I was really loving listening and finding to really bizarre, weird, experimental electronic music. I think that it just was a natural thing for me to create part 1. And I think at the time as well, the philosophical aspect took shape because I was really I think I was kind of I was just grappling with some kind of existential questions, and I think this became like the perfect medium for me to express those ideas and kind of tie all of these pieces I was writing together. And that was the common thread that brought all these things to life. And it's so cool to reflect on that and hear your guys' thoughts. And yeah, it's rad. Williams, not a lot of songs from that era of EDM can say have aged well. I had hundreds of songs back then, and far fewer still hold up. Yeah, it's interesting. I think that I don't really know what it is, what quality it is. It's obviously subjective what feels like it can stand the test of time. But I mean, you could say the same thing for movies, right? Where it feels like maybe a movie was made more for a short term, trying to capitalize on short term trends, leading into certain production styles or visuals, themes, etc., that feel like they will attract a lot of people at that moment in time. And obviously the same thing probably happens in plenty of industries, music industry as well. But yeah, I think nobody's immune. I think I don't think people are completely immune to being influenced by others. And I remember when my influence, when the EDM bubble started kind of coming about. I don't remember exactly what time, but I feel like 2010, 2011, things really started popping off, I feel like, for EDM. What's up, In Fowler? And that definitely influenced me, so I don't know. I think some just because something's like a trend doesn't necessarily mean it's a gimmick, right? But I can tell when I look back at some of my songs where I was trying, let's say, too hard to lean into something because I maybe was seeing it in a more superficial way than a genuine way, if that makes sense. But yeah, I mean, I've always felt like my Twofold series was pretty solid, and I think for the time it felt like a strong piece of work, and it still feels pretty decent, and it's not because of the production quality, although the production is like, I think it's okay. It's not because of the mixing. I think it's actually more so because of this. To me, it feels like it hits a nice balance between, composition and instrumentation, sound design. Though I think those are the things where you can tell that there's a lot of different influences coming together, and it feels unique because of that. To me, and I think that's kind of where its strength lies. Listening to it again from beginning to end. Definitely excited to get this final. Nice. Hell yeah. It should be on its way. If you ordered it yesterday, I just shipped the first batch this morning. And yeah, next batch should be shipped on Monday. Favorite song is definitely I Am You. Hell yeah. The perfect future bass song? Dude, that's a crazy sentence to say. There's lots of good future bass out there, in my opinion, but thank you. Yeah, Popcorn, hit me up if I know that there might be issues, but fingers crossed that yours arrives in time. Hey, by the way, so I keep forgetting to mention all these things, but I'm just going to say, if you are interested in ordering one of these, so that the whole reason I had a listening session today is because I'm doing a 10-year anniversary of Twofold Part 1 and 2, a vinyl, double vinyl. So each album is on one record, and they get shipped in this custom design that Everyday Swiss created specifically for this project, and he did a great job. He also made the art for Twofold Part 1. But that being said, if you do want me to sign it, I'm happy to do that. But I'm just going to point out that these come with the protective wrapping. It's very normal for vinyls to have these. It's like it's more so for dust and like grime and stuff like that, so that when you get it and you take this wrapping off, it will be clean and fresh and undamaged. But the thing is, it makes it hard for me to sign, obviously. So if you order from me and you want me to sign the actual jacket, just specify that, and I'm happy to do that. But just know that it means that I have to take the wrapping off of this. And so there's a small chance that if, when the vinyl arrives, if you did specify that, maybe there's like a little bit of dust on it. I don't know, but I just want to point that out. Otherwise, I'm happy to I've been writing little notes on the packaging itself, to everyone that's been buying, but I could also include like a separate little note in there or something like that. And Fowler, you shipped out mine. Well, I did sign each package, just so you know. Doesn't let you do order comments. That's odd because it tells me that you can. Okay, so this is what I will say. If you ordered today, you can email me personally if you want me to sign the vinyl directly. Here, I'll throw my email in the chat right now. Yeah, that's really strange. Thanks for pointing that out, Art Nerd, because I'm gonna look into that, and it should have an area to write notes somewhere. But if that's not the case, you can use the email command. Okay, yeah, thank you. But yeah. Anyways, okay. Just wanted to point that out. I feel bad now because I know some of you guys ordered before today. And honestly, I haven't even done the email blast yet because I'm kind of worried that the second I do that blast, there's a chance I'll need to spend like 24 hours packaging a bunch of vinyls. I'm a bit. I just wanted to be ready, but so like thank you guys for kind of like giving me some test runs with these vinyls. So I just sent out the first batch today, and I got the packaging down. Used lots of fragile tape to make it clear that they need to be handled with care. But DJ Duck, what I was saying is that if you want to, you can send me an email to personally request a signing of the vinyl. But it comes with a small downside. That's all I was trying to explain. Is each of these comes with the wrapping, obviously, and the sticker up here. And if you want me to sign, if they sign directly, or if you want me to sign directly on the jacket, then I have to remove this protective wrapping, which means that when it arrives, I don't know. I'm not expecting anything to happen, but they come with these for a reason. It's just that in transit, you don't know exactly, the conditions of whatever trucks or vehicles they're going to be in. Ducks. What the hell am I saying? Dust can potentially work its way onto the jacket through little cracks in the packaging, but yeah, maybe a signed shipping insert is safer. Or wait, did I miss something? UPS is notorious for abusing packages. Huh? Really? Well, that's good to know. You're not expecting, but UPS and the delivery companies screw up, right? Well, here's another thing I will say. So this is like very much it's a passion project for me to put this out there because the album series meant a lot to me. So I just want to say, if any of you guys have something you're legitimately unhappy with, if there's something that went wrong, please do not hesitate to email me either and hit me up. Like, I will 100% do whatever it takes to make sure we set it right. And that especially goes for if something arrives damaged, or one of the vinyls is arrives and it's malfunctioning right off the bat or something like that. Like, of course, that goes without saying. But yeah, just in general, please tell me. You don't have to hold on to it or anything like that. Give me a shout and we'll make it, or I'll make it right, rather. At the end of the day, I just wanted to create some like a physical memento of that project and that era. And yeah, I think that this achieves that, and just wanted it to be like a little way to connect with y'all as well. And I'm glad, because like it's bringing up so many stories that I don't think I would have heard of otherwise. And yeah. So that being said, in the future, I won't really get an opportunity probably to do something like this again in the future, because right now I'm in this weird gray zone where I'm not working with a merch company directly to supply and fulfill merchandise. So by the time that I have my next album sorted, chances are I won't have the chance to be doing this personally. This just worked out in a way where I was able to kind of like take control of it and do these myself for the time being. So in the future, that won't be the case, because trying to, let's say, ship out vinyl while on tour, for example, is like, no, there's not a chance. Something like that could actually work. So like balancing things like that, trying to fulfill your own merch while doing a lot of other things is usually kind of a no-go for a lot of artists. So you don't see many people doing that for a reason. Most of the time, the best way to get artists, I feel like, to sign something is just to go see them on tour, hang out by the merch table, stuff like that. But this is a great opportunity for me, I feel like, for anyone that has been following me and appreciated the Twofold series, to give something a bit more personal, to remember the project. But anyways, that's all for today, y'all. Breakin', if you want one of these, let me know. This was this was around the time when I met George. Damn, I just doxed you. Sorry, dude. What was that? When did I meet you? Was it 2015? I think it was 2015, actually. Good to see you here, Cheska. Thank you so much for hanging out. I appreciate it. Yeah, it is double price for you, George. But anyways, I suppose I should wrap it up here. Just a heads up for those of you that are hanging out in these streams regularly. I know yesterday I did not do Feedback Fridays. Tomorrow I will not be home. That's a story for another time. So next week is when I'll resume normal scheduling. Tuesday I'll be live 1 to 3 or 1 to 4 p.m. rather. But yeah, I remember you making it in that tiny room, dude. Do you remember? Remember the apartment that Tristan and I had, and we both. It was a 2-bedroom apartment, and Tristan and we turned each bedroom into the studio space, and then we no longer had bedrooms to sleep in, so we just turned the living room into one giant bedroom, which was just the silliest thing, but it made a lot of sense at the time because we were both looking to save money, and I mean, I was just happy to have a place. And then I had a neighbor. Hey, Breakin', do you remember the neighbor that lived right behind me that hated me, Hans? Because I would make music at odd hours, and I made Insight in that room, and dude, that guy hated me. I still remember him. He was kind of a big guy. I don't know if you ever met Hans Breakin', but Tristan and I had you did? No way. Yeah, what a time to be alive. I want to tell you guys no, actually, maybe I shouldn't tell this story. I don't want to tell stories about other people without their approval. But I just had a funny story about Tristan that was about laundry. And it's funny. And it's not really a mean story, so I feel like I could probably tell it. But was he your first hater? Yeah, I think so. That's one of the reasons why it's nice to have a house now. Don't really have to worry about neighbors as much. But okay, I'm gonna tell a quick random Tristram story because we were hanging out a lot. We were roommates in that era, and we were both I don't know, just we're so obsessed with creating music that like the rest of our lives we're kind of underdeveloped, let's say. I don't think we really knew how to adult in a lot of ways. And to be fair, Tristan is also a little bit younger than me. So at the time, I don't know. Anyways, so he had a lot of laundry that he needed to wash, but then we were having issues with our dryer and it wasn't drying clothes anymore. And as it turns out, the dryer was perfectly fine. We learned this after the fact. But so Leo had a ton of wet laundry. He didn't know what to do. He put it all out on the balcony and to have it dry. And it was just this lump of wet laundry on the balcony. And he was just going to wait for it to dry there. But then it started raining. And we're living in Vancouver. The Pacific Northwest is known for rain. So we had rain for like 2 days straight, basically. And his clothes never dried off. So he just forgot about them, and he would go out and buy new clothes because all of his clothes were still wet on the balcony. And so by the time there was enough sunshine for them to even like kind of remotely dry out, they were just not really wearable anymore. So he ended up having to just donate them all, I think, to the equivalent of like a Canadian Goodwill. Or did he? Is there Goodwill in Canada? I don't know. But he ended up having to get rid of all those clothes. And he just got an entire new wardrobe. And the funny thing is, we had our landlord come through, and there's nothing wrong with the dryer. We just had to clean out the filter that collects all of the lint and such. Anyways, it's just a memory that's like seared in my brain from that era. But I thought you might like that one, Breakin'. Yeah. Man, what a time to be alive. But anyways, y'all, that's it for me. And I'll be back on Tuesday, 1 p.m. CDT. Thank you so much for hanging out and listening and sharing some memories and experiences you made with the Twofold album. It means a lot to me. And yeah, I truly appreciate it. And I will see you guys next time. Take care, y'all. Enjoy the rest of your weekends, and I'll see you soon. Peace.
Do you hear what I hear? Do you care if I care? Do you know what I know? Do we know what we share? Do you hear what I hear? Do you care if I care? Do you know what I know? Do we know what we share? Do you, don't you? Don't you? Don't you? know what we